I'm Penguang.
I'm Cyclops.
I'm a Jedi.
I'm Kyle Katarn.
And we're the Idiot Savants. And you're listening to Crazy Train of Thought on the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
I don't bet we got the best Wi-Fi. We can stream any Xbox game from here.
Let me just test this in the bathroom.
Sitting at his table, controller in hand. And they probably don't even see the phone, and all of a sudden Ryan's like, fuck!
McDonald's, you can do anything. You poop on the floor, I don't even care. I don't even say anything.
Is that a burger?
We're going off the rails on a crazy train of thought.
Check a look.
Welcome, everybody, to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are live from Savant Studios. I am your host, Ryan Wolf. On today's episode, I have
Crocodile Yankee.
Malcolm Wilson. Wilson is here.
Yes.
How are you? Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
Give a round of applause.
I actually have this for you guys.
Oh. Well, okay, thanks, everyone.
The Idiot Savants is live in front of an audience.
We are live in front of a live studio audience. Bingo.
Of crickets.
Nailed it. Malcolm, how you doing, man?
Good.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm all right. I'm feeling pretty fine.
Okay.
Why are you
So,
getting loud? Yeah, that's escalating pretty quickly.
Any particular reason you ask? Everything seem all right? Do I not seem okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
I think that was
All right.
Malcolm's best introduction.
Yeah,
Ever.
definitely.
Oh, wow.
Next.
It was exciting.
Was it?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Cody won Kenobi.
Cody Wan Kenobi is here. Yeah.
Now
Everybody.
Are we clapping for
Fucking-
ourselves?
I don't get it.
Everybody
No, it's a
gets-
live audience.
Round of
It's not
applause
ourselves.
here. Yeah, Cody Slaybaw's here.
Cody Slayball, yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'd like to quote a song.
Okay.
I've seen better days.
Okay, yeah. I believe that, no, who sings that song?
Oh, fuck if I know.
I've seen better days.
I've
Citizen
seen
King.
better days.
Yep, Citizen King sings that song. So you're welcome for
Thank you.
having
Yes.
grown up in the 90s.
I know.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the driveway for a minute listening to a Foo Fighters song,
Okay.
and I realized, because the radio tells me what year it came out and everything, I was 99. I was 7 when this came out. Shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that would have been like real close to around their first couple albums. I
It
would
was,
think. Foo Fighters.
Fly.
I mean, it was after, yeah. It would have been after Nirvana, because Dave Grohl would have had to leave Nirvana.
And right around the time of Squeen. I don't know. Skip me.
Okay, next.
Colin Giffey.
Colin Giffey's here.
I don't know what accent that was, but
Some type
It
of
was
Cockney,
British.
half,
it was like a baby Arnold. Colin Giffey.
like a half accent. Half accent.
Half accent.
Half accent.
Why you just say?
I don't know.
He's trying to say half-ass and accent.
Yeah,
and-
I was
and
trying to
half
combine
ass.
that
And then-
together.
And then he
see
ended with a kank.
how
Like
that should
sound
go.
is what it's
It's a half-ass kank.
That's what I heard, man.
Sorry.
Hey, you should be sorry.
Yeah.
You just embarrassed all of us.
Not me.
Okay.
Par for the course.
We're good.
Then,
We're good then.
'cause
We're good. Don't worry about it.
This fucking shit show every week. God damn. Well, welcome everybody to the Crazy Train of Thought podcast. We are happy to be here today, and we wanted to start off with Cody here. Cody, you played
I go
Remnant.
first?
Yeah.
I never go first.
Well,
That's
today's your fucking day.
That's like
bud.
being picked first in gym class.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Oh, I'm not sucking it up.
Ryan's,
I am
Malcolm's
soaking
aggressive
Yeah,
today.
he is. He's fucking triggered as
He's
hell.
amped. Did you have a bang?
No.
You didn't.
No. I had
It's mating season.
I had some
It's the only other.
I had some.
He's a deer in rut.
It's mating season.
I had some dihydrogen monoxide.
Oh, okay.
Before I came in, so that might do it.
You've been sharpening your tines on the trees in my yard before you came in, right? That's a deer hunting joke. It's deer season. Cody got it.
I got
Troy
it.
would fucking get it if he wouldn't have fucking canceled. Fuck you, Troy.
Scrub. I love you, Troy.
He might actually be hunting right now.
That's what he said he was gonna do, and then I don't know. Yeah.
No, he's probably just at home playing Pokemon right now.
Right?
He probably is. Well, today was Pokemon Day, so sorry, listeners, if you wanted to hear Pokemon, that ain't today. So, we're going to start with Remnant from the Ashes. Is that the full title of this game?
That is the full title.
So this game recently came to Game Pass. I know almost nothing about it. So you have the floor,
I
sir.
have the floor. Cool. So, it's a good game. That's it. Next.
All right.
Sounds good. Let's move on
Typical.
That was
to the two other things we have to talk about today.
Right. To sum it up quickly, I'll get more into detail in it, but to sum it up real quick, it's very Dark Soul-esque.
okay.
It has a lot of properties that are in like a lot of your Dark Soul games, which I fucking hate those games. They are the hardest game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get how Sam or Austin or whoever has beaten it. No, I fucking tried. I've dumped
Sam
hours into this game.
Is like
Do or do not, there's no try. Right?
I do, and then I
Wars is coming
fail.
up. I like it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, Sam is a masochist, and Austin had too much time on his hands. So I think primarily the people playing this game are kids, because they don't have anything else to play, and that's what they
Right.
got for Christmas. And people like Sam, who are
A glutton for pain.
glutton for pain.
And not gamers.
Sucker for pain, like the song says. Got my Lil Wayne shirt on today.
Yeah, I seen that. Nice.
So,
But
Nice.
to sum it up, it's basically Dark Souls, but with guns.
okay. All right.
You get some guns. Yeah, it makes it 10 times fucking
How do you
easier.
counter with guns?
You dodge,
That's a
then you shoot him in the fucking face.
All right.
All right,
Fair
so
enough.
it's just Call of Duty.
No.
Oh.
No.
You peek?
Yeah, you lean
Yeah,
around.
they already nerfed the shotgun in this game.
Ah, I'm not playing.
Me.
All right, so it's Dark Souls-esque. So it's single player then?
Well, no, you can actually you can go single player, you can go in your own world, and Dark Souls 3 brought it in, or maybe 2, I don't know. But you could bring people into your world, but it was only one. In this, you can actually bring 2 other people with you, which actually would make it a hell of a lot easier.
Okay.
Wow, that's
'Cause,
like
I mean-
a trio.
It is a trio. It's a menage a
That's
trois.
like one more than a duo.
Continue with Remnant
So,
from
Remnant.
the Ashes, please, Cody.
So-
you and 2 buddies can play.
Yeah, you can play up to 3 people on one game, I guess.
Now,
one
is this
server.
this basically is like Fallout 76's servers, right? Where you have to pay them the monthly subscription fee for your buddies to play with you?
No,
Oh, weird.
I know, right?
I thought all
It's so
games were
weird.
doing
No,
that.
No, God, no. Fuck that.
Almost.
I actually looked
It's
back.
almost every game.
Almost, yeah. But no, I actually looked back into it. It's like $15 for 1 month.
Yeah, it's fucking
Ridiculous,
bonkers.
yeah.
15, 20, something
I shouldn't
like
have
that.
to pay. And I'm sitting here walking around Fallout 76 because I was playing it the other week, like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here watching all these tents pop up, and it has like a scrap box in it and everything. I'm looking, I'm like, man, all these scrubs paying for this service. And they're not even like in their own private world.
I'm so sorry, Cody.
Well, I want to know, like, not to get too far off topic here, but I want to know how many people are actually paying for it. Like, how many
So
people
far-
did Bethesda get to sign up for this shit show?
So far, I've seen 13 different people.
Okay, well,
And-
that's probably
And
total, I'd
that's-
say.
No, that's on days that like I just jump on.
Yeah.
And I'll always see at least one person in my world that has the scrap box and everything else. I've seen multiple people running around in the Ranger armor, the exclusive members' first Ranger armor.
All
It's
right.
bullshit. It
That
irritates
is
me.
stupid.
But back to Remnant.
Back to Remnant.
So you start off and it's like these this plant-based creature, I guess, has been has taken over your world.
Plants
and
versus Zombies.
pretty much, right? Well, it's called the Root.
Okay.
And I was playing it earlier before I came here, and I was streaming on Mixer for a little bit. So if y'all want to check that out,
Okay.
It's actually
What's your mixer name?
Cody One Kenobi.
Cody
Now, will you
One
spell that?
Yeah, because there's dashes and hyphens.
No,
and
there's no
those are both
dashes,
the same thing.
no hyphens, no numbers, because you're a scrub if you got numbers on it, according
I
to
agree
Ryan.
100%.
And it's just CODIWON Kenobi.
WON.
Yeah, I had to put WON because WAN was already taken.
So we got to get that guy on the podcast.
Yeah.
You're fired, Cody.
Fuck.
You're not cool
Okay.
enough. You don't have the original name.
It's original.
So it's Dark Souls-esque.
It's Dark Souls-esque.
Third person, first
Third
person.
person.
Okay.
But I do like that. So it takes place like it had to have the root or the enemy had to have taken over the earth back in like 1960s.
Okay.
Because I've been finding these journals and I found one dated back all the way to like 1965.
All right.
And so I've been reading these because I'm that kind of guy that reads everything in the game for some odd fucking reason.
Right.
But I'm reading them, and I just found a journal, and it's dating like 2057 right now. And
Weird.
I'm just like, whoa, like if the root has taken over the earth for this long of a period, how is people still even alive?
So is it like making zombies? What's the primary enemy types? Like, are you playing against other people?
No, you're not playing against other people. It's they're creatures that they're made from the root, so they're tree looking. So it's almost somebody. I think my sister was watching me, and she's like, "They look like little tiny Groots. Why are you killing them?" I was like, "Chelsea, these aren't Groots. These are like bad, evil Groots. They
Right.
need to die."
Teenage group.
Yeah,
though,
teenage.
could
Yeah.
Use a bullet.
Well, that's, yeah, pretty much. But so they've taken over, and there's all sorts of different enemies. Because there's these ones that have like, well, there are a couple of them. They have this stick for like a staff,
Okay.
and they can like cast magic and shit. But you don't get any magic.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that
Lame.
kind of deal. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll get into something here in a minute. So there's two different kinds. One like summons other creatures.
Okay.
Which I have dubbed a summoner. I don't know. They don't really give you an actual name of what they are.
That seems okay.
So I've called it a summoner, and then I just call the other one a root wizard because he
Okay.
likes to blow shit up.
Summoners and root wizards.
Summoners, root wizards, and then you got your basic root people.
Okay.
It's like the characters are really cool looking, and the animation's really good. The graphics are amazing, and there's a lot of detail put into it because it has a level system, and it has a like an upgrading system for your guns and your armor.
Okay.
But so when you get your guns, well, when you first start, you're like in a sailboat and you're floating along the water, and it's giving you like the backstory of what's going on.
Okay.
Well, it's giving you like the cliff notes of the story, and you got to figure out the rest as you're going. So you're floating along, and then you come upon the land, and then you're like trying to get to this lighthouse, and you go through a whole step. Like there's no, hey, this is the path you should follow. It's you need to go do this, but we're not gonna fucking help you at all.
Okay.
So you just gotta explore the whole map, and then you come upon doors like in Dark Souls that'll lead you to different parts of the map. And you're not even sure if you should go through this door because you're not sure if this is the path you need to take.
Right.
Which, I mean, I did that once. I walked into a path and I was like, these guys are way too fucking high. And I turn around because fucking one hit takes
Way
a
too
quarter
high.
of
They're
health.
smoking blunts.
Man,
Way
that's-
too high. I'm walking out of here.
That's one high root. No, but so when you beat bosses, like it has what I mean by Dark Souls feel. Hold on, I'm gonna get this real fast. What I mean by Dark Souls is that you've seen Sam play.
I have played Dark Souls
Yeah.
with Sam.
So you know how there's
The
like
original.
the campsites you can rest at.
Bonfires? I've
Yes, the
seen
bonfires.
those.
There's in here they're called checkpoints, and they're like these little crystals
Okay.
that float, and they kind of look like a campfire almost.
Mm-hmm.
So you sit next to them, and it has like the same effect. It refills your ammo, your health canister thing, like your flask in Dark Souls. And this is called the Dragon's Heart. It's
Okay.
pretty cool. But it refills all that, and it also respawns all enemies that you just killed. So, I mean, if you're trying to grind and get your level up, it's not bad, but...
Any of this sounding familiar there, Colin?
Sounds very familiar. And I can't talk about it.
Colin has been playing Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order.
Yep.
We're going to talk about
my life.
that next week for the listeners who are interested in hearing about that.
It'll probably be beat by next week, so
Austin
I have
and
a lot to talk about.
Austin and Colin are going to talk about that next week.
Heck yeah.
Is it worth playing since it's on Game Pass?
Since it's on Game Pass, I definitely recommend people play it. I mean, you're already paying for the Game Pass, so it's free.
Right.
So
essentially free.
Yeah, it's essentially free, so you might as well pick it up, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, oh well.
Okay.
You at least tried it and got a feel for it. But
what's your favorite thing about it?
Nothing.
Well, no. It has a lot of writing.
It's like, I haven't enjoyed this
game. You're trying to promote this, and you're like, "What's your favorite thing?" Fuck.
I have not enjoyed playing this game at all whatsoever.
I would have to say just the time that it went into to create some of these characters, because like I said, they're like tree people almost, and
Ents.
Almost.
Okay.
But like they're, instead of having like actual legs, they're like roots.
Are you talking about character design?
Yeah,
or
like the way these characters are designed, how
or
they
storytelling
move.
characters.
The storytelling, like, it's kind of hard because you're not sure like what is going to be part of the story and what's not.
Okay.
Because like I said, it's not very clear.
Right.
But for the most part, it's really fun to play, and just seeing some of these the detail in some of these characters. Like before I came here, the boss fight I just fought, it was a giant like root dragon.
Okay.
It was really cool to see, and just how they did it. And
the way that I'm picturing it is almost like in Gears you had the lambent, and the lambent would, I think it was in Gears 2, would like absorb residual energy from the world, and it would like glow through them, and they would seem to be like connected to Sarah in a weird way. That's kind of how I'm picturing.
It is.
Okay.
Because there's a part you got to go to this church, and when you're at this church, there's a lady sitting in, I guess, like all the way in the back of the church. She's sitting in a chair, and like all these roots are like inside of her, like holding her in place.
Okay.
And she's telling you like all this stuff. She's like, we can't talk right here because all the roots are listening. Like essentially this root is one entity spread across multiple entity. Fun.
Got him.
But
wow. Love that.
But it's like, it's one entity spread across multiple people, so it's essentially Legion.
Okay.
And like it's all controlled off of one hive mind, basically. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, we can't talk right now. And as the story progresses, you find out that the woman she's called the mother of the root, or the root mother. Mm-hmm. You find out that this woman is actually the person whose journal you have been reading since like the 67.
Okay.
And you just find that out, and it's just mind-boggling because you're like, whoa, how the fuck are you still alive?
Right.
Because according to this other journal, we're like 100 years in the future now.
So are you trying to overcome whatever the root stuff is?
Yeah.
And you don't need to get into story spoilers, but does it seem like there's more storytelling than what's in Dark Souls? Because I've played Dark Souls, and there is fuck all direction. Like story is zero.
Yep.
And when I played with Sam, he just skipped all of the text, which is primarily the way that story's told. So
I can't stand, like, I was watching Tyler earlier today play Titanfall 2, going through the campaign.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there, he's like, you should just be able to skip every cutscene in the story. I'm like, yeah, you're playing the fucking story for the story.
Right.
Like, what the fuck, man? I don't want to play the story for that. I just want to learn how to play the fucking game. Well, then play multiplayer.
Yeah, play multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I told him.
Just throw yourself into the fire.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it.
But yeah, there's way more storytelling. Like, it actually gives you in depth on like, well, so like now I know more than I did.
Okay.
When you first start, but you find it almost has like a bit of Greek mythology in it, because it's like, oh, you got to go find the labyrinth now.
Okay.
And as I'm there, this dude is describing to me the labyrinth. The labyrinth holds every door that ever was or ever will be. That was his exact wording.
Weird.
And then that's
super weird.
And then like you can ask him questions, but he's so vague on his answers. And then finally he's just like, are you ready to go to the labyrinth? And you're like, well, fuck, I guess. So he sends you away.
So what happens when you die in this game?
Well, I can tell you.
There's some sort of like, you mentioned an upgrade system.
Okay, so something I thought was really, really cool. They took different quotes about death. Like, one was by Leonardo da Vinci, and it's like, death is not the end. It's just like the next chapter or the next beginning of something else.
Okay.
But I'm
pretty sure it was Leonardo DiCaprio that said
No.
that.
It tells you exactly who said the quote too. Like,
right. As quotes do.
Well, right. No, one was Leonardo da Vinci. One was Edgar Allan Poe, William Shakespeare. I just had a
Wayne Gretzky.
Right.
Quotations.
The great
Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Wayne from Letterkenny has said.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you got to get Letterkenny
Right.
quotes in there. What kind of fucking game is this?
I died and it said, you're fucking awkward, bud.
Nick Murray with no subtitles.
Yeah.
Right.
No need.
Wayne her now.
Dude, I literally, he's the reason I had to turn on subtitles.
Oh my God, he's so good.
Oh.
But
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
and you die again. Wayne pops up again. Your spare parts.
Okay, so sorry.
So, but when you die, it gives you different quotes about like death or like some other stuff, and I just thought that was really cool. But it's better if you die in this game. It's way better than Dark Souls because you don't lose shit. You just respawn at your checkpoint.
Okay.
And you carry on your merry little way.
Okay.
And so when you start, you get a sword, and then you meet the people at your I call it your home base.
Okay.
It's called Ward 13, and it describes why it's called that and all that. But so you're there, and then you can actually choose 3 different classes, which all it really does is affect like your starter gear and one of your starter perks, which actually traits is what it's called in this. So I chose the hunter, which basically I got like a duster and a gas mask and whatnot. And the reason I chose that was because instead of having, you could choose your scrapper, which came with full metal armor, a sledgehammer, a shotgun, and a repeater pistol. There was the hunter, which is my guy. He came with a lever action rifle, the pistol, and a sword.
Okay.
And the third guy, I can't remember. I think he was called like the gunslinger or something. He came with a coach gun, which is essentially a no-scoped sniper rifle.
All right.
And the repeater pistol and a hatchet. But I went back and found the hatchet that they were going to give me, and it was really cool because it's like a baseball bat with a saw blade sticking out the end, and that's pretty
badass.
much, yeah, that's what I thought. But once you beat like your first mission and then go back to the base, you could buy the other 2 sets of equipment.
Okay.
So you're not really missing out on any.
Yeah,
guns
you're
or
not
anything.
stuck to one thing or the other.
But I bought that because I was like, well, you know, fucking lever action. It's the closest thing I'm going to get to an assault rifle right now. So it is. And he actually...
Chink!
No,
Shoot again.
It actually loads. He actually reloads faster than you'd think. Like he fires off.
I hope so.
It has a good fire rate.
Not an assault rifle otherwise.
But you have to search everything.
Yeah.
Because there's hidden stuff everywhere. Like I can't count how many times I found, it's called a tome of knowledge.
Yeah.
It's basically like a dictionary. You pick it up and it gives you a trait point, which is really nice, you know, because you put that on like your health, your endurance, and all this other stuff.
So what does the upgrade tree look like? What can you upgrade? Obviously your health, your endurance.
When you pull it up, you push start, and then I have your inventory, your map, and then your traits. Or inventory something traits. You go to your traits, and it'll just be like, you know how in Gears, when you pull up your person's cards, it has all the cards?
Yeah.
It kind of just looks like that.
Okay.
And then it tells you like, at this level, you get plus this much percentage, and then at the next level, you get this. And then it tells you like what level you are, and it's really cool. I like the trait system in this because you can find random traits throughout the world or get traits by repeatedly doing actions. Like I got one for killing 150 enemies in crit spots, like hit them in the crit spots and killing them. For doing that 150 times, I got something that increases my trait now, increases my crit damage.
Okay.
So the more points I add to it, like I think
So it's a little bit Oblivion where...
yeah, you got to find your skills,
right,
essentially.
and you can level them up by doing them.
No, you don't level them up by doing them. You level them up by putting trait points on them. But by doing the action repeatedly gets you this trait. If that makes sense.
A little bit. Yeah.
It's kind of difficult to follow.
Right.
And then you can also get traits from NPCs. Like, they don't tell you to go on this quest, so it's not technically a side quest. They say, like, one of the dudes that's a vendor at your first base, he's like, hey, you ask him, you're like, what's your story? He's like, oh, my story is about love, loss, and all this and that. And then he's like, the only thing I miss is my ring. You know, I wish I'd never lost it. And then out in the world, I found this, it was called a tarnished ring. So I was like, hey, is this yours? And then he actually goes more in depth about his story. And then after I listened to his story, it's like, oh, you get the scavenger perk.
Oh, nice.
Which gives you more money. You find more money throughout the world, which is your scrap.
You wouldn't probably have gotten that had you not already found that ring.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
I thought that was really cool.
So I guess I would wonder how dynamic that system is. Like, let's say you talk to him and he was like, oh, I'm super bummed about my fucking ring. And then would that give you a quest that says, hey, look for this dude's ring?
No, I remember talking to him multiple times and he always mentioned his ring at the end of it. And nothing popped up for, hey, go find this ring.
That's pretty cool.
I found it.
It's not necessarily holding your hand throughout the game.
No, it's like, hey, you should probably remember that this guy wants his ring, wink, wink, and then, you go around the world.
There are 4 different worlds in this game. Like, it says, like, there's 4 unique worlds. What world did you choose? Like, do you have to go through each of them, or do you...
Okay, so there are technically multiple worlds. When you start, it automatically starts you in your campaign, and then when you load up, it'll be like, oh, select your character, continue, and all this. Kind of like Division had it. It's like, oh, here's your character, or you can create a new character, and so on and so forth. But once you get your first base up and going and you get this giant crystal established, that's what they're just called, crystals, so don't ask me for a technical name.
Varla stone. Okay,
that sounds good. But once you get the stone activated, it'll give you like 2 different things. It'll say you can travel, which you can travel to any like checkpoint or other stone that's in the world or that you found so far, or it has a world settings, and then when you click world settings, it sets you up with your campaign and then your adventure. And your adventure, basically, you choose your world, and then you go to that world, and then you just play through it. And if you want, you hit a checkpoint, you stop, you can go back to your campaign, you can go back to your base, and you can just go back and pick it up whenever. But once you beat your adventure, you get like a really cool gun at the end or really cool armor or something. Because I did an adventure, and it tells you how much time it took you, too.
Okay.
It took me 3 hours.
For the adventure?
For one adventure. I got 5 hours.
So each time you reload into that, is that the part where they said that each world is dynamic? Like it changes each time you load into it? The adventure has like a bunch of enemies in it that you gotta like...
That you gotta go through and
okay, kind of like a horde mode.
Almost like a horde mode, but
okay.
Once you start this adventure, you're on this adventure until you beat it or change it.
So you can change worlds.
I can start this adventure, be like, nah, fuck this world. Go back to the stone, go back to the world settings.
Open up a portal, jump in it.
Right, pretty much. But go back to the stone, open up your world settings, and then just click on the adventure mode and then change adventure, and then you'll go back through. Like, it doesn't take away any of your guns or anything that you got from that adventure.
Do you get your guns in the campaign?
Yeah, all your guns that you have in your campaign, you take with you to your adventure, and vice versa. Everything you get from your adventure, you take back with you into your campaign.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That's what I thought. And the first adventure I beat, it gave me a beam rifle, and I'm like, what is this? And like a future, like pew pew.
Yeah.
No, it's just you hold the button, and it's just like a solid beam shoots out. It's like a laser gun, basically.
So it is from the future.
Pretty much.
So you've got
it has future
lever
tech.
action gun, and then also beam rifle.
A beam rifle.
That's not a rifle. We got some blaster noises on there or something? Pew, pew. Okay, got
That's
it.
pretty accurate.
I aim like Han Solo, not like a stormtrooper.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Theory, stormtroopers are actually accurate because Obi-Wan said that they were accurate, and they actually let them escape. That's why they were shooting so poorly.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not going to get into that right
Colin,
now.
these are not the droids you're looking for.
These are not the droids I'm
This is
looking
not
for.
the
I would
So for
carry
our
on my way
listeners-
right now.
For our listeners, it is also a 38 gig download. Just keep that in mind, okay? If you really want to dive into this game, it's 38 gigs.
Wait, how do you
For
know
Remnant from the Ashes.
Yeah.
Why
How do
would
you
that
know-
be
how
the
do you
thing
know?
that you looked up?
Where you-
Like,
I'm genuinely curious. Like I don't remember how many gigs.
I forgot there was a camera right there, and he was looking in the
Yeah, I
same
seen
spot, and I
him
was like,
keep looking up. I'm just like, what is he
I'm like, what,
doing?
yeah, what is he
Malcolm, I
looking
think-
at? It's like
I
I'm
think-
pulling dynamite. Oh,
I think most of our listeners probably have some type of external hard drive hooked
Nope.
up to their systems.
Nope.
Most of our
Most.
listeners.
I just have to keep deleting my games.
God damn, Colin. You've got to fucking
I only play
fix
like
that.
3 games at a time.
I know his pain though. My 5 terabyte
500
went out.
gigs.
Like I lost all my games on my 5 terabyte.
500 gigs.
What are you guys doing?
I had
One-
no external hard drives
1
existed for a long
terabyte.
time.
1 terabyte.
No, but
That's really easy to count there.
right. Uno.
Uno terabyto.
Okay,
So
moving on.
So yeah, moving on. So those are your adventures and everything. You're upgrading. You have to collect items throughout the world. So it's like your basic upgrading. And
How do you upgrade? Do you got to
You
go
just-
to a certain spot, or you
you
can
go to a
just-
certain vendor.
Oh, a vendor has to do it.
Yeah, a vendor.
So it's
when
not you on your own.
No. When you
Is
go
there
to
a
this,
perk system that you can upgrade yourself then?
yeah, your traits.
Your traits, you can
Your traits
level that
and
up.
your gun mods. You go to this guy and it's basically like upgrade menu, and then you can push the right trigger, and then you can buy. And he really doesn't have much shit to buy. It's just your basic gear so far.
Okay.
So your weapon mods, though, when you beat bosses, you get items from them, and then you take them to this really, really crabby bitch at your base.
Okay.
Like, I mean, straight up, like, I first talked to her, and she's like, what the fuck do you want? I don't want to talk to you. I'm just grumpy about... She didn't cuss or nothing, but she's just like... And
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, one of the things you can say to her is like, wow, you're kind of grumpy, aren't you? And she's like, yeah, I'm grumpy. I can do whatever I want. It's the end of the world. She's a very negative person.
Yeah.
But you go to her and you take this item and some steel or some other items you get from creatures, and you can make weapon mods. And I have like 5 now, but you can only equip 1 to each gun, which sucks. But one of them I have is like it marks all targets within a 35-meter radius, and then it also allows me to do my critical chances up by 13%. So I like using that. It helps. Another one is I create a display shield,
Okay.
which basically like they're shooting at me, it hits my shield and then just like ricochets off, which is pretty awesome. You can you get one that adds fire damage to your gun. You get one that adds rot damage, corrosive damage. There's all sorts of them.
So
but-
the setting of this game seems to be mixing like
Dark Souls with
Dark Souls with some sci-fi stuff, with
Yeah.
some fantasy stuff, because
Yes.
you mentioned the magic.
like
And like this is all weird. Like
it is weird, but it is very. I don't know how to like it. It just pulls you in.
okay.
Like the more and more I play, the more and more I want to know, like, how did this happen? How did this begin? And like so far, I'm starting to piece it together little bit by little bit. But
Are
like,
there cutscenes in the game, or are you piecing it together because you're finding stuff in the game?
both? There are
Okay.
there are some cutscenes, and then there are some, but the cutscenes aren't like your average like 10 times better graphic quality cutscene. It's like an actual in-game cutscene.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Hold on. Upgrading, different quotes from dead people.
Write that one down.
Dark Soul-esque, almost. NPC interaction.
I thought it wasn't like a note, like a thing on his phone too. He actually brought like
Yeah,
a notepad,
a notepad.
an actual notepad.
Yeah. I
I'm
love
sorry.
it.
That's
I'm
good.
old school.
That's good.
I like
Yeah.
it. I
I'll
like
kill
it.
trees. Fuck them things.
Well, in the game, yeah.
In the game, yeah.
In the game, yeah. Fuck them trees.
roots.
The roots.
The roots.
Yeah. No, you'll hear them like
Sassafras.
Well, so like
Root beer out of them.
you can do modification. You said for fire, then
lot of people don't know
corrosive, and
Yeah,
then
like
rot.
rot. What? It's like your rotting damage.
Okay.
Which is applied.
It would seem like you would only want fire or rotting in a
How
world
fast can you
full
rot?
of
Well, there's also
tree
there's
type like, hey, there's some corrosive damage.
well, there's
Like it
This
does
battery acid?
yeah, it does not as much as
Well,
the rest of it.
Isn't that
so
a thing in,
it's an option.
Borderlands?
Right.
Isn't
If you want
corrosive a
it.
thing in Borderlands?
yeah, it is.
I didn't play
It's acid
enough
damage.
Borderlands
Corrosive,
to
yeah.
say.
So no, so
But
there's
it's tree type enemies. Like why would
well,
what
hold
would
on,
crow?
hold on.
Explain.
So
Fire.
Young
there's
man.
different status effects that can happen to you. There's bleeding,
Oh.
corrosive,
Yeah.
burning, radiation, shock, rot, and I think that's it. I think there's one more, but I can't think of it right
Do you have
now.
to fight humans at all in this?
Yeah. Actually, I just found
okay.
this one crazy
So
dude.
That's where the other elements would come in, or
Like,
the other effect.
bleeding.
I shot like
Yeah.
no. There's trees. Some of the roots have actually barbs on them. They're very distinguishable, and when they strike you, they'll cause bleeding damage. And then like you get a bar, and once it fills up so much,
I think it's funny that they got it
It'll start
labeled
to
that.
bleed.
Yeah, it's a bleeding damage. You want to mod this
all it is like a bar.
baseball bat with barbed wire to bleed? What? Make you bleed? Otherwise, it won't.
It won't work.
Like, it's just like a soft pillow.
Okay.
What the fuck, Malcolm?
But
No, is it not? Like, does that make sense?
It makes sense, yeah.
Okay. I think you're just being nice, but okay.
That doesn't sound like me.
right.
Ryan's not nice.
Yep.
So
I'm depressed. Because
So, Game of the Year is coming up. Will this
Days Gone.
land on your top 5? Fucking Days Gone cannot be your Game of the Year, Cody.
too late.
Jedi Fallen
I
Order
told
immediately.
I told you this when it landed, Ryan. At the day I played
Okay,
it.
fine. We'll argue about it later. But
So-
That sounds good.
does this make your top 5, do you think? I mean,
I'd put this as my number 5.
okay.
He will
Alright.
fight tooth and nail for it, if I do recall.
Nah,
That
I did
exact
that
fir-
for 76, but y'all just shit on the developers, not the game itself.
The game itself was not great. It's significantly better now.
It is significantly better, but like everybody's
But we're
whole
still shitting on the
object-
developer.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody's whole objective on that day was the developer. Nobody had any. It was just the developer. Oh, they released a game. Yeah, they did release the game, but you're not giving your opinion of the game. You're telling me what you think of the developer.
I guess.
okay,
I guess he's right.
It's a valid point.
Because it's like the thing with movies. Like people always blame the people that made the movies and refuse to watch the movie just because that person's in it or the person made it.
Fucking
Michael Bay it's a made bad this movie. I ain't
watching it. I don't want no explosion.
Michael Bay has one or two movie series coming up that was followed by another video game series. That's coming up within the next couple of years.
Yes, correct. I think we may have even talked about that.
Yeah, we did talk about that. So Michael Bay has got something going for him. I don't usually like Michael Bay, but this will either bomb
or
or
explode.
be pretty good. So,
Okay.
all right, that was my segue to Michael Bay.
Okay.
Right? Michael Bay, take it away.
So,
Yeah, so
but
that was him blowing up.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Michael Bay, how do we get in Imagination Land? Explosions.
If Michael Bay doesn't die in an explosion as a cause of death, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah.
He was doing his own stunt.
Like he'll be on his deathbed and they're like, we gotta pull a plug. No, that's not the way he's gotta do it. He's gotta go out with a bang.
Yeah. It's not a morphine drip. It's like he's going to click it.
They switch it out.
Yeah.
He already set up the cameras for it too. Like he's the one that put the C4 on his bed. Like he's ready. And he put too much. You see
Yeah,
a bigger
obviously.
explosion.
Like right when he's setting up the camera, you see him setting it up, and he doesn't know he's recording himself. Yeah, they're all gonna love this explosion.
My God.
Fucking A. So we'll move on from Remnant.
That sounds good.
I got a couple of things here. I went TV shopping
Did you?
over the weekend.
Why didn't you wait till Black Friday, Ryan?
real?
Many places are already running their Black Friday deals.
Really?
So instead of waiting for Black Friday, which I usually do, like I usually don't fucking sucker myself into pulling the trigger early, but I looked at a lot of ads for Black Friday. Costco had the best deals on the TVs that I could find. And so I got one with low latency that was really good for gaming, according to the reviews. And I don't usually buy Samsung stuff. Like, I'm not a fan of Samsung in general. I don't buy their phones. I don't buy their fucking appliances. Like, to me, all the Samsung stuff is generally overpriced for the stuff. Like, you can get as good of stuff for less by going with other manufacturers.
Oh, well, that's how it is basically with everything, man. You're just buying the name.
Right. So that's generally why I stay away from Samsung. But in this case, this TV had, like, it was in the top 5 lowest latencies on the reviews, had really good picture quality, and I wanted an OLED. I wanted an LG OLED TV, but those are still prohibitively expensive for the size of TV that we needed for the living room upstairs. So
Yeah, I bet 109 inches is expensive.
no, I needed a 75-inch TV for the living room. Like, it's a double room, triple room upstairs. The living room, dining room, and kitchen are all one room.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, fuck, if you want to see the TV from that entire room,
You need a big one.
you need a big TV. And so that's why I went ahead and went with the 75-inch instead of the 65-inch, because we bought a 65-inch for our bedroom and we put it up in that room and we're like, yeah, that's not big enough. Sorry, it's not. The 65 is not big enough. The 75, though, looks like it's probably going to work. But they had an 82-inch LG at Costco that was the same amount of money. And then they also had an 86 that was like $300 more.
You missed out.
So I told Rachel, I was like, okay, look at the 75-inch. There's the 82-inch.
Same price.
Obviously, we have to go with the 82-inch. Clearly, this is like the 75-inch looks small.
But Ryan, you have to be a minimalist.
This
We
is
have to
a
go with the
sign.
75.
The 75-inch looks too small, honey. I don't think it's going to work.
See, I'd use that as, I'd be like, this is a sign. We need the 82
Yeah.
inch. It is the same
Yeah.
price.
It was the
Take
same
it back.
price.
Take it back.
So
Take it back. Stop talking. I'm not going to hear you say another word until you take it back.
Get up and leave.
Bye.
I'm done with this shit. So yeah, we went with the 75-inch, and we had to go borrow my grandpa's truck to get it, like, to have a vehicle to transport it. Because when we bought the 65-inch, legitimately, we bought it at Best Buy, and they were like, "You have a vehicle to haul this, right?" I'm like, "Well, I brought my car."
Fuck, fit in my car.
Hey,
Hey,
they're
man,
like-
my trunk, push the straps down, be fine. Put the back seats. Yeah,
They were
be
like,
better.
"Well, is it gonna fit in your car?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, since you just asked me and I'm a man, fuck yeah, it's gonna fit in my car." Like, it doesn't
make it
matter what
fit.
the answer is.
Make
You
it
asked
fit.
me like that, and it's gonna fucking fit.
Take it apart and put it back together if I have to.
Exactly. That's right. I'll fold this bitch in half and fold it back out when I get home. So we brought it out to the Camry, and it didn't fit.
And now
So
you're like,
fucking-
now you're sitting here thinking, fuck this guy.
I'm not going back inside. I'm
Goddamn
gonna wait.
65-inch
I'm gonna
TV.
wait out here.
That's
until-
what I
yeah.
did. Yeah, like,
You can't
well,
go back.
this
Like,
is it.
Yeah,
like,
what are you gonna do? Go back inside and be like, yeah, we don't have a transport vehicle. Like, well, guy, you're screwed then. Like, have fun. Have fun figuring it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I thought it'd fit, mister. It's gonna
Yeah.
fit.
He was
Yeah.
probably looking at you from the freaking window
I bet
too.
they
He's
did
like,
he was
that
laughing
shit
his
all the
ass
time.
off.
Well, they were closed, right? So they're like waiting for us to leave. And like, we're parked out front, and I'm like, okay, well, we just gotta drive away with the doors open. Because I'm not going back and telling them that it didn't fucking fit. So we like closed the doors as much as possible, and I got in the passenger seat, and we like slowly drove into the parking lot.
Creep, honey, creep.
Yeah, so I call my sister. It's 9 p.m. Her fiance's got to work at 5. She goes in at 7. And I call my sister McKenna. I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
hey, what are you doing right
And
now?
she's like, well, we were just about to watch a show while we fall asleep. And I'm like, well,
How would you like to
how
do
would
this?
you like to drive down to Best Buy? She's like, which Best Buy? Like, does it matter? Because they're both the same amount of miles away. So she's like, well, yeah, I guess we can do that for you. So fucking my sister and her boyfriend drove down and picked up the 65-inch. So planned ahead for the 75-inch when we drove down to Costco, got my grandpa's truck. And so we go down there on Friday. We get the TV, fucking decide on the 75-inch. Fine. I'll get the small one. Fine.
I have a 32, bro. Get out of here. That's just in my room, though.
Yeah. Yeah. With it being in your room, like it's a contained area, it's fine. 32-inch, I'm thinking is probably okay for your room, Colin.
I play on a 29-inch computer monitor.
But
That's
how
not bad, though.
close
That's
do
play.
you sit to the TV?
That's play, not watch. Like,
Right.
Like I don't mind.
I watch TV.
Like I'll game on my laptop sometimes. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I'll even stream my Xbox to my laptop.
I can't
Right.
do that. It takes it. Like there's so much lag. Fuck that.
I thought there was gonna be, but it wasn't bad at all. Talk about that next week though.
Last time I used it, there was some. I haven't used it lately, but last time I used it, there was some massive. Like I could turn my dude, and I could watch him on my thing, and it'd be like a good 10 seconds.
Oh, you're talking about latency,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
input lag.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like just lag in general. Yeah, there's some input lag.
So I drive the truck down there, and we got the 75-inch. So we take it out, and that's the only thing we bought that day. So we get it out to the truck, and we decide, well, we got to lay it down. I didn't bring any straps, so not a huge deal. The guy told us we could lay it down. And legit, it fits perfectly within the wheel wells. Like if it was 2 inches bigger, it would have had to
designed that
lean
way.
against the fucking wheel wells, and it wouldn't have really fit in the bed of the truck. So we had planned on going Christmas tree shopping immediately after we got this TV. And we were going to go get both things and leave after that. But Rachel's like, well, what happened? What do we do with the TV when we go to Christmas shop? We can't just leave it in the truck. We just paid a shit ton of money
Who's
for
gonna
that
lift
TV.
that thing up though?
And I'm like,
who's gonna be walking by like,
oh, fuck. Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
doesn't
drag
have
this thing into my
tonneau
car.
cover or anything. Well, yeah. It would have been somebody else with
good
a
luck,
truck
bud.
Drive. Good luck fitting it in your Camry, dipshit. I've tried this before.
They just strap it to the top.
They got
the
a Prius. They got a Prius and they're just strapping that thing to the top of it.
Priuses are hatchbacks. That shit'll fit.
No,
Ryan sees a Prius going by. Hey, I like that TV. I just bought one like that. Gets to the truck. Oh, fucker.
Goddamn Prius. So,
Hey.
we did not end up going Christmas tree shopping that day because stolen TV, and decided that it wasn't worth it to fucking
it was worth it.
lose out on the on
I would
the TV.
have
On the
looked at
$800
humor and just
TV.
watching the guy try to get that out of the truck. I would have set up a camera and been like, if he gets it out and gets in his car successfully, go ahead and take it.
And just
Go ahead and
stage
take it.
this.
I will give it to you.
Next time, listeners, that I buy a new TV, I'll go ahead and
Yeah,
do
next
that.
time. Like
So,
you're doing that next week.
Yeah.
Like you just buy TVs all the time.
Your homeowner's insurance would have covered that.
Would it have?
Yes, because I've
Ooh.
I had renter's insurance.
Well, would it have
prior
been homeowners or would it have been car insurance?
No, it would be homeowners.
Car
Okay.
insurance.
Yeah, no,
Because
car
I-
insurance won't.
Because I purchased it for my home.
No, just in general, it's in your vehicle. Like,
My vehicle is an extension of my home?
yes,
yes.
that's how they view it.
Well, fuck, they didn't. When I got my sub stolen when I was in high school, my fucking homeowner's insurance didn't cover that shit.
Your or your parents' homeowner?
Well, it would have been my parents. And they were like, well, it's a high theft item. I'm like, well, it was in my fucking car. What does it matter if it was a high theft item, you bastards?
Are you sure you weren't talking to your auto insurance about that?
Well, I didn't talk to anyone.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Like,
so
Parents chatted with whoever it was on my behalf.
I
they
think
probably
it's-
didn't call the right people. They probably called like Xfinity or something. Listen, we can't do anything about
We
that.
can't do anything
Here's all
about
the
it.
cable we can offer you.
Hey,
Right.
He gets done with that call. He's like, turns around. You're not gonna believe what they just did. Like, it's the
Ryan, I can't
They
do
just
nothing
gave
about
us
your
the
subs,
they
but
just give us the best deal. Like, oh my gosh.
we just got home internet and phone, $50.
Well, it wouldn't have been Xfinity giving us the best deal, I can tell you that.
Yeah, true.
Motherfucker.
Xfinity is expensive.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's like, I just want internet. And they're like, oh, here's a little cable. Like, you can get
Right.
20 channels. Like, I don't want the 20
Right.
channels. Give me the internet.
God, fucking Netflix.
Sorry, this just happened recently. And I'm like,
they're
really upset
they're
about
fucking
it.
bastards.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, I think I found it on YouTube, but it's a recording of somebody trying to cancel their Xfinity subscription.
Oh, man.
Or their
I can only
Comcast
imagine.
thing. Like, yeah, and it's like 2 hours long of somebody chatting with Comcast.
I chatted with Comcast for
And-
5 hours because my internet went out.
And every turn, the guy at
Stupid dumb.
Comcast is like, well, we can cancel it, but let me tell you about what we can do instead of canceling it. Like, no,
Fuck you.
fucking
You're going to lose a
cocksucker.
customer.
The thing
Just
that I
let
want
it
to do
go.
is cancel.
Right? You're losing a customer. Just let this happen.
let it go.
So, yeah, the TV shopping was fun. Got it here to the house, hooked it all up, and I am very impressed with the image quality. Like, I don't know. Like, I looked at
You got to
Samsung.
show me this bad boy.
I looked at Samsung phones because I was like, should I
No.
Have I been
Have I been wrong all this
right?
time?
Like maybe I've been wrong before, and
Before.
like maybe I was
10 years
wrong
ago, I was
about
wrong one
Samsung.
time.
And I don't know. Like Samsung phones are still ridiculously expensive. Their appliances are expensive, so I don't know that this necessarily makes me a convert. But I was watching Curse of Oak Island because season 7 just came out, and I wasn't even like, it's not on fucking DVD or it's not on Blu-ray. I'm not streaming it from any legitimate source. Like it's just Sling TV. It's not exactly high quality stream or anything, and I was able to notice the differences in focus of the cameras from shot to shot. And I was like, wow, okay. Like, and it wasn't a streaming thing. Like, it was legitimate based on which camera they had facing whichever team members at the time. They were focused differently within the 2 shots. And I was like, fuck. Like, that's kind of annoying that I can see that.
I was just going to say, man, you're going to see that and be
I
like,
don't really want to see that, but fucking fine.
2 days later, Ryan returns his TV.
Yeah. This is too clear.
Wait.
Okay.
You just got to go sit at the dining room table. That's
Yeah,
all.
I just got to back up a little bit. I can't sit as close to the TV as what I have the couch.
Well, yeah, the couch is like 3 feet away.
So, yeah, the TV's really good. Very impressed with the image quality. I fired up Rage 2 to play some of that, and it looks really good. The colors
Really?
look really good. And there's not
splatter.
a whole lot of like calibration though. Like on my TCL and my LG, even this LG that we're using to do the podcast notes, like there's a ton of calibration that you can do within the system settings, and I don't know, there wasn't a whole lot available for the Samsung, so I guess that's just how they operate.
I guess I don't
I'm not really
understand.
sure.
What are you calibrating?
Well,
It's not touchscreen,
I just
right?
wanted some more options to just change the settings a little bit. I don't know. Whatever
Bring it
I want to calibrate, Malcolm. That's what I want to
Actually,
fucking
that's
calibrate.
smart,
okay?
Ryan. No, seriously, I just figured that out. You're just adding stuff to that to-do list, honey to-do list, and like, Rachel
Which
comes
is
home.
like, Ryan, recalibrate the TV.
Yeah, no. Like, she gets home, like, hey, how was your day? Good. I recalibrated the TV. I changed the
I test the
blinker
color
fluid.
gamut when I was playing Rage 2. I had to play it for at least 3 hours to
I
see if
changed
it
the
was
blinker
the same
fluid
with
in the Toyota. Painted the bathroom
She'll
lights.
never know.
Blinker fluid.
Painted the bathroom lights.
Just put my exhaust donut on. You're laughing.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
That wasn't running right, so I had to change the muffler bearings. I got that all
Dude.
situated.
Seriously.
Muffler bearings.
And she just smiles and goes like, man,
That's a good
got
job,
so
honey.
much done. Got so much done.
I'm so
good
proud
job,
of
Ryan.
you.
That is brilliant. Instead of waiting for her to add stuff to it.
Right. No, I just did it. I
Wait,
just
how much
went ahead
how much
and
blinker
did it.
fluid did you add? Because last time I added this much.
1 quart.
1 quart. Last time I added
1
2.
quart's too many. Fuck. That's too much.
I gotta go
It
check my
depends on the
blinker fluid.
size. Depends on the size of the bulb.
Oh, I got a 42 watt.
No, that's the
Fucking
God,
A.
that is not the size. Okay, carry on.
I got one of these big.
All right, we're going to take a short break here. I'm going to come back with a segment about game streaming. I want to talk about that a little bit, the Xbox game streaming program. And then we're going to come back with a short segment about news, unless you have anything, Colin.
No.
Okay.
Everything I have is for next week. Woo.
Sorry, man. All right, we'll be right back, listeners, after these words from our sponsor, and we're going to run a plug for a podcast in our network. Go ahead. Oh, I thought you had something to say. All right, we'll be right back.
I'm Kyle.
This is Steven.
Together we host a show called
Boar Meets World.
Tell them what we cover on Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
But that's not all, is it?
No.
No, we cover life experiences. Ours. Oh, son of a. Alright, just check out the show, please. We really need it. Okay? We need a win. Just check us out. We talk about the show Boy Meets World. Each episode of our show, we run parallel with an episode of Boy Meets World where we will examine the show,
That's way too much.
what happens, our life, how it relates to it, experiences.
I can't believe you're still recording.
I am recording this. Check it out, guys. You'll get some hilarious stories from me and Steven from our childhood. You'll get a great... I lost it.
All right, and we're back, listeners. Check out their podcast and other great podcasts on bigheadsmedia.com. So we're going to jump right in to my game streaming segment. And basically, I have taken my phone and an Xbox controller to everywhere where I have found Wi-Fi to try this game streaming thing. So I first tried it here in the basement. I talked about that, and it worked really well. So I took it to work, and it did not work well at all at work because work's Wi-Fi streams at 0.36 megabytes per second.
That is pretty
Holy
sad.
shit.
Which is slightly under the required 10. So that didn't work. My phone's internet, my 4G at work is 30 megabytes, but it doesn't stream via 4G yet. I think it will stream via 5G, but I don't have a 5G phone.
That's a lot of data.
So it doesn't
going through,
matter.
though.
And it is a lot of data.
Could it, like you say, off 4G, like, do you also mean like your hotspot and shit?
You would not be able to stream over a hotspot.
Okay.
So, yeah, essentially that. Yeah, but works Wi-Fi, not nearly fast enough. So, next, Rachel and I went to Outback Steakhouse.
Oh my
and
god!
I called around. Okay,
And you, wait, hold on. You pulled your Xbox One controller in the middle of an Outback Steakhouse. It wasn't like you went to a McDonald's. Like, yeah, I'll use McDonald's Wi-Fi. No, I'm going to Outback Steakhouse.
So Rachel and I went to Outback Steakhouse.
Hold on, what'd you
And I
order though?
called.
Because that says a lot about you.
Well, I believe I got the Alice Springs chicken and French fries.
No, it
with
was
double French fries.
It was. Yeah, I'll just take whatever you.
So I
Got his
was
AirPods in.
I was unsure of like, I don't want to be rude, but I do need to try this Wi-Fi. So we ordered, and while we were waiting for our food, that's when I went ahead and was like, okay, now I can bust this
Do you
out.
have a special case for your Xbox One controller that you bring with you?
Nope. Just took my Project Scorpio version of the controller and threw it in my book bag and brought that with me. So I bought these little clips. I brought one for the podcast. So These are $10 for a 2-pack on Amazon, and it just clips around your controller, and this little spot extends
For your phone.
for your phone to sit in. So it works really well. Go ahead, Malcolm.
Link will be in the show notes.
The link will be in the show notes. We don't get any affiliate money, but I'll put it in the show notes. No problem.
Help them out.
Help them
Jeez.
out. So
yeah, you want them to search into Amazon?
Yeah.
Ryan, come on.
So
Most likely they're already scrolling through Amazon while listening to this
it's
podcast.
true.
They're not even listening to us, actually.
They're just wondering about what next TV
Updating
they're
their
gonna
wish
buy.
lists.
I hear
right
you,
now.
random
Right, yeah,
person.
put it on your Christmas list.
I hear you, person scrolling through TVs right now on Amazon. Yeah, you didn't think we didn't notice? We did.
And we're going to
did
give
notice.
one to one of our listeners, right?
Yeah, they'll get a sticker. I'm not giving away a
If you leave
TV.
a review on Apple Podcasts,
Yeah.
you'll get a sticker.
If you leave a
Not a
review,
TV.
Apple Podcasts, you'll get a sticker. But
You said that
anyways,
thing was like $10.
well, I thought you meant give away a TV. Fuck, I'm not giving away a TV.
No,
Sure,
that.
I'll give away an Xbox clip to the first person to review us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
We don't care about the 5 stars. Just review us.
No, 5 stars for an Xbox clip, sticker for
What I
any
would
other
do
review.
Is I would create an account, separate account of me.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
I will leave a review,
Okay.
and then you will give me that thing, and then I will sell it for $10. $9.
2-pack.
So
It's all profit.
$5.
So I was in Outback Steakhouse. I get the controller out, connect to their Wi-Fi, and it actually streams surprisingly well from Outback Steakhouse's Wi-Fi. And obviously, like 10 megabytes per second or whatever you need, like that's not very much.
At Outback, we got the best Wi-Fi. We can stream any Xbox game from here.
That should be their pitch.
Call
Get
of Duty
those
Modern
fucking
Warfare.
millennials
Forget it.
in.
I know Captain Price personally.
Yes, get those fucking millennials into Outback Steakhouse to stream their goddamn Xbox
Call of
games.
Duty Modern Warfare.
See now all
Only
these,
at
They
Outback
got
Steakhouse.
they got those little clips numbered for per table, so like they know which clip goes to what table.
Right.
Clip number 5's missing. All right, we'll go get clip number 5 for you there, mate. All right.
They're gonna do the thing where they like tie a cable around it and screw it into the top of the table. So like, yeah, you can play it while you're at the table, but you'll never steal this clip unless you bring wire cutters.
Don't forget your controller, mate. Still plugged into the clip.
And then, hey, actually, yeah, and then your seat actually slides over when your meal comes. So like you're gaming, and then your meal comes, you slide out of the way, eat, and then
Slide back in.
slide back in.
So I requested a large table so that we would have enough room to like. I didn't want to like not have enough room to set
Like bringing
my
your
controller.
Switch to Outback,
Right, because
basically.
if they set us in a 2-person table, there's platters and fucking all kinds of shit.
How much are
There's
you
not gonna be enough
ordering?
room.
Hey,
I was
hey,
hungry.
Hey, somebody comes in, they're like, how many do you have? 8?
This guy's
Yeah.
got fucking 8.
We're gonna have to wait. Our big table's actually taken up. Oh, another party here. No, it's just 2 people.
It's just us.
It's
and
just
a controller.
It's just 2 dudes. Some
2
dudes
people
playing
on
with
the
his
controller. Hey, mate.
So I decided I'd try Rage 2, which obviously, Colin, you just played a little bit of it. Plays
did.
pretty fast.
It does. Plays
As
really
a
fast.
game, like especially combat segments are very fast. So thought, well, fuck it. If I try it on any game, Rage 2 is as good as any to stream. So connect their Wi-Fi, connect my controller, get my phone all set up, and I start to play, and there's a little bit of like, so it has trouble, especially if you're driving across the open world segments, loading in the world in a timely manner. So parts of it'll glitch out and it'll come back and eventually it'll catch back up, but that part isn't ideal. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to get into a combat segment and just see if I can even make it through this combat segment. So I went ahead and attacked a segment that I probably shouldn't have been attacking. Like, well, I'm level 3, like, I'll just try this, whatever. So I just jump up to it, and I actually made it further than I thought I would. And I think it would probably, like, it's not there yet. I don't think it's playable yet, but I think it's going to be playable here real soon. Like, if they work those kinks out, whichever end they're on, like, it's hard to tell whether it's my phone, whether it's Outback's Wi-Fi, whether it's how fast the game is pushing to my phone. Like, it's hard to say where the...
Probably matters who else is on the Wi-Fi too and what they're
Oh,
doing.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, exactly how many people are connected to Outback's Wi-Fi? Are there TVs using their Wi-Fi to stream? Like, it's hard to say how much data is flowing through there. But when I speed tested at like 20. So presumably that would be enough to...
Yeah, but sometimes there's like drops and stuff
That's
like
true.
that, though.
That's
so
true.
that could be a factor.
And even with that, like, yeah, it was a little laggy during the combat segment and didn't really keep up as well as it probably could have, but I still almost beat something that I shouldn't have even been close to beating. Like, I was really paying attention and trying. But yeah, I really wanted to see how that played out.
So I'm just sitting here thinking, how odd did Ryan look? And like, how were people's reactions? Because you gotta think, they just look over and they just see this dude sitting at his table, controller in hand, and they probably don't even see the phone, and all of a sudden Ryan's like, fuck!
It's like a Wednesday night.
Right.
So it wasn't like they weren't fucking...
There were people there,
packed
though.
Anyway, there was people there.
They're probably like, look at that
guy.
Look at that guy just playing with that controller.
I've been trying to get rid of him for a while now. He won't take his AirPods out.
I'm gonna make it into the next commercial. You'll see. You'll all see.
Come down to Outback, and it's Ryan just playing his...
Did you screen record?
There's like not even any food in the commercial. It's just gaming.
It does.
Right.
It
In
does not,
the food booths.
There's
like-
an app that you can screen record.
on Android.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay,
Like-
well I didn't because I can't.
Yeah, I've done it on Android
So-
before.
That'd be cool
no,
to see,
I didn't.
though.
Yeah, I didn't screen record. I didn't try it. It seemed like maybe Rachel was like, "We're out to eat. Why aren't you spending time with me?"
I kind of would have figured she would have been like that.
Yeah, so I only played that one combat segment, and it took me all of 5 probably minutes to do that. 4 or 5 minutes.
This is the only reason I want to come out here, not because I wanted to eat.
Well, I called Outback, I called Logan's, I called Texas Roadhouse, I called Longhorn, I called every fucking steakhouse in the area. Logan's doesn't have Wi-Fi. Longhorn does, but we just chose Outback, and Texas Roadhouse doesn't have Wi-Fi. What? So yeah, no.
Actually, I know Texas Roadhouse doesn't have
no
Wi-Fi. I went
Wi-Fi
there and I was like,
at Texas Roadhouse.
man,
So officially boycotting that, obviously.
So the plot
can't boycott
thickens.
those
The
bread
plot
rolls.
thickens.
Can't
Yeah,
boycott
you
those
actually-
bread rolls, man. Oh god.
No, I think the listeners missed this. So the plot thickens here. You actually add stuff to your to-do list because you do this out on dinner dates. You add
Yeah.
you fake brownie point yourself into making up for the fact that you ignored
Right.
your wife on the dinner date.
Yeah. Sorry, honey, but I had to test it. Okay,
Dude, good job.
You did it for the pod.
I did it for the pod. It's for the listeners.
Yeah.
They need to know.
It's
for Australia.
For you.
So I tested it at another. We went up to Kalamazoo for my birthday, and I went to see the Goo Goo Dolls in concert up in Kalamazoo. So that was awesome.
How was it?
Said that was awesome.
Pretty good. Like the concert was good. They did not play all of the songs that I was expecting, and they played a bunch of songs from their new album. So obviously everyone was stoked about that. And I look over, and there are 2 drunken, approximately 30-year-old women. And it's for my 30th birthday, so like they're not that much older than me.
Right.
So I look over, and they're like singing the songs from the new album. And I looked it up. They're from the new album. I'm like, God damn. This album came out this year, 2019, and they already know the words to those songs. That is impressive.
Dedicated.
They're the real fans.
Dedicated.
Yeah.
Was it actually the words, or are they just like drunk and pretending like they were singing like?
Were you
I
drunk?
wasn't close enough to hear,
They were
but it
lip
looked
singing.
it looked like they were singing the real words.
Ryan's like, oh my god, they're like, it's like the same thing, and they're just lip singing along.
So we're at the Kalamazoo State Theater, so I didn't get to try it then. Obviously, like, we're there for a purpose. We're there to see the band. So, and my buddy took me for my birthday, so I wasn't like, want to be rude. Well, hey, just give me 3 minutes. Let me just test this in the bathroom.
Coming from the stall, that's even worse. Fuck!
What's that guy doing?
Show number 2.
Right.
Who does number 2 work for?
So, yeah, I didn't try it at the theater. Very good concert. Very good food. We went out to eat up there. Kalamazoo has a bunch of really good food places.
Restroom's pretty clean.
But yeah, not too bad. There was not enough stalls. I had to wait for the men's restroom, which is not something I'm accustomed to.
What was the wait time?
I bet the wait was like 25 guys. I mean, like guys in and out. Like it doesn't even matter. Half of them ain't washing their hands. Fuck it. Like, so it wasn't that the time frame wasn't very long, but the line was a lot of men, boys, whatever.
Okay.
2019,
So-
you can't say anything anymore.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know what the correct terminology is.
People?
People using the men's restroom.
What if
All
you
right.
classify as a person? Classify as an Apache helicopter.
Because nothing is stronger than a child's
Don't want to
dream.
hear that come from the stall.
Is that an Apache helicopter?
Nope.
Nope. Back to last week's episode. All right. So, anyways, we went to Goo Goo Dolls. So we go back to my buddy's house, and the buddy has Wi-Fi. So I'm like, okay, perfect. It's, we're going to bed. It's fucking 11:30 or whatever it was. So this is the perfect time for me to try this. So connect to his Wi-Fi and get my controller all set up, just like I did at Outback. And I start playing it, and it is fucking terrible. So I test the stream, and I'm like, what the fuck? It seems like it should be fast enough. So I test the stream, and it wasn't great. Again, like 25 25 megabytes a second or whatever, but fast enough. I should be able to play it. So,
Because you said Outback was 20?
Outback was like 20, somewhere around there.
So it's faster.
Yeah. So it should have played. Like, if it played at Outback, it should have played at my buddy's house with less devices, with less data, presumably streaming through their Wi-Fi. So there's a portion of that where when you first connect to the Wi-Fi, it analyzes it, and I completely ignored that and was like, fucking get me to the game. So I'm like, maybe I should have looked at
Analyzed
that.
it.
Yeah, so I backed out and I reconnected to the Wi-Fi and I opened the app back up. So it did the analysis again, and evidently to stream properly, you need to have a 5 gigahertz connection to a router. And my buddy does not have a 5G router. Like, he doesn't game. He just casually streams stuff online. Like, he's not big into technology. So they don't have a 5 gigahertz router. The internet's fast enough, but the 2.4 is not. Like, it cannot stream, the 2.4 cannot stream enough data to the phone from wherever it's coming from. The transmission just isn't fast enough.
Okay.
So that was the reason. It popped up eventually when I was trying to get on Rage 2, and it was unplayable. Like, it would not even close to what Outback was. Like, Outback was way better. And so yeah, I tried that, and if you want to get on this game streaming thing, I think probably if you're listening to this and you're a gamer, you probably have a 5 gigahertz router anyways, or at least a dual band router. They've been around for a long time, but you'll need one because it don't fucking work.
So I take it you have a 5 gigahertz router.
Yeah.
So
Mine has 2 5 gigahertz bands and 1 2.4 band. And it's good to have all three because 5 gigahertz doesn't travel through walls as well as 2.4 does. So, like, in my garage, I have my sprinkler system hooked up to my router.
Yeah.
And because it's app controlled. And it doesn't detect the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi in my garage because it's just too many walls to go through. But the 2.4 works just fine.
All right, gotcha.
So
okay, so it'd be best the Wi-Fi you're using needs to have the 5 gigahertz processor, not yours.
No, okay, yeah. So yeah, the what you're streaming, I assume both. Like,
it'd be best.
Actually,
if both
I assume
had
both.
them.
Yeah, like my Xbox, because it sits so close to my router, I just hardwired it. It's a fucking 6-foot cable. So I have not tried putting my Xbox on Wi-Fi and then doing it. Like, it may even stream worse had I had my Xbox on Wi-Fi. I didn't really think about that, actually, Cody. That's a good point. Like, I'm sure you would want to have the 5 gigahertz either way.
That way, yeah.
But my particular instance, yeah.
You had the one. Your upload was 5 gigahertz, but your download wasn't.
Right. So, did you have a question?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I had a pretty good experience with it overall. Like, it streams fine from here or anywhere with a 5 gigahertz connection. Seems like even a public place like Outback, it was fine. And I should have tried like McDonald's or maybe Starbucks just to see, but
that I feel would be more of a scene appropriate to pull out a game controller. Than Outback.
Whatever, man.
At that point, you're just like, oh, he's at McDonald's, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, McDonald's, you can do anything. You poop on the floor, no one can care. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Is that a burger?
Yeah, eat it. Tell me what you think.
There was a news
This is
thing.
better.
There was a news thing that came out saying that I think like a certain percentage of fecal matter, like in Britain, was tested on every single like McDonald's that they went to, and every single one of them had a certain percentage of fecal matter on them.
That's great.
So don't use the touchscreens at McDonald's, guys.
Or just have
Or at
hand
least,
sanitizer ready.
at least wash your hands before you eat your food, like you should.
Yeah.
And why would that matter? If you've already done that, like, it didn't alter the way it tasted. Like, what does it matter?
So it matters because
It only matters because you know now.
Are you,
like,
are you,
that's-
are you joking? Or
my
are you,
boss at work had E.
You know how hot dogs are
coli
made?
poisoning from fecal matter that he
Yeah.
got from a restaurant.
that was one
Really?
thing they said.
And he
that
was
says,
sick for like a week and a half. and he had like diarrhea and vomiting for a week and a half.
They said it was
Listeners,
the same-
based on new evidence from Ryan, I have altered my opinion.
They said it was the same bacteria that caused a lot of diseases in like hospitals and stuff like that. Fecal
Really?
matter being
That's
spread.
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
There is such a thing as dysentery.
Wow.
So I did get invited to the Xbox X Cloud. So they had XO19, and there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that came in terms of news out of XO19. We'll probably get to that in the news segment, but through that they released the public or the further public beta testing of xCloud. Because what I was doing before was console streaming, which was not Project xCloud.
Yeah.
So I've got that on my phone now, and they just sent me the notification yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to try it today. So next week I will have news to report from Project xCloud. I'm gonna go back to Outback. I can be in the same settings that way.
You gotta try McDonald's.
I'll try McDonald's.
this guy brought his controller again.
Oh, it's this fucking one.
It's not only Australian people that work there.
I know. That's the way
Fucking
the
Americans.
guy
Fine,
sounds on the
white guy.
commercial.
Look at that fucking weirdo.
I've never once met a person with an accent at Outback. It's always,
That's
hello, how may I help you today?
all right. With the end of that streaming segment, we are going to take a little break, and we're going to say goodbye to Malcolm.
Bye, Malcolm.
Goodbye, Malcolm.
Bye.
Bye,
And,
Malcolm.
I must return to my world.
Sorry.
I know. It's life.
We'll get you back on next week, champ.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back with some news. All right, and we're back from break, everybody. You may notice we've replaced Malcolm. Mike Kenway
Hey,
is here to join us.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
surprise.
Yes. Didn't know you were sitting in my driveway.
Yeah,
So,
well, you know.
Thought we'd
it,
have you on for the news segment.
I didn't want to just like barge in.
I understand, yeah.
I've only been in this building one time before. And after I left and got halfway here, I went, they're recording now. I should have asked what I need to do when I get there before I left.
Right, right.
So I've just been watching Critical Role in your driveway.
Wow.
Oh, fucking A. Well,
That's
it's good to
awesome.
have you on for the news segment. We'll just jump right into it here.
Good.
We've got some news. Quickly, I want to touch on PUBG. So this comes to us from Polygon. PUBG is ditching loot boxes.
Thank
Good.
God.
Nice.
Fucking finally.
I hated that. That was the one thing. Like PUBG came out on Xbox, and I was like, loot boxes started coming out too, and I was like,
That was
They gotta make them Fortnite bucks. You
That's
know?
true.
the Fortnite boxes.
That's true.
Because I think they forgot that Fortnite's a free game that doesn't require an upfront purchase.
So, yeah, not a whole lot to say about that other than as gamers, I think we can give a collective sigh of relief that we may be living in a loot box free future.
Is that something that you're? God, immediately I sit down and I'm like, let's make a conversation out of even the tiniest things. Is that something that you're actually interested in? Like you wanted to see loot boxes in general just gone forever?
Yeah, I mean, we've spent a long time talking about it on the show, just like these are a problem, and
with free games, I mean, I can see it as being like Fortnite, for example, like you were saying, like it's
and
not a one-time
especially if it's just cosmetics.
Yeah,
Cosmetics, and like Paladins has loot boxes, and it's fine.
Yeah, so that would be my, to make way more of a conversation out of this than it probably needs to be. I've never had a problem with most loot boxes.
Okay.
But that's like specifically in the way that like Fortnite or Overwatch or Paladins does it, where like I don't care if it's a free game or if it's a paid game. If you want to offer me a chance to like get cosmetic stuff and like maybe I just don't even know what I want and I want to go like grab some random shit, sure, why not?
Right.
But like putting like pay to win stuff behind,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
That's for sure. A lot
Pay
of
to win
people draw the
dumb.
line there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
like if I can get like gear that I can use that will make me better at the game, no, absolutely not. But if it's cosmetic shit, I don't give a fuck. Like
but I would like to just buy that stuff
wait, I can
outright.
I can swear on this
Oh,
show,
yeah.
right? I forgot. I forgot. That's a valid point too. I don't know. I'm all for like we're at an age where video games haven't like the cost of video games hasn't gone up in 30 years.
Yep.
But like inflation is a thing that exists,
Right.
and the cost of like making games has gone through the roof. So like anything that game developers can do to actually get money back in their pockets,
Right.
I'm all for.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I see that argument, but it depends on where you think that money goes.
Yeah, which very
so
much
like if it
depends
ends
on-
up in the pockets of developers, I'm all for it. If it ends up
but
in
if
the
it's an
pockets of
Activision
publishers,
game,
fuck off.
if it's an Activision game,
Right.
you know, the devs aren't seeing a dollar.
Exactly. Yeah, they're getting paid whatever they're getting paid, and
Yeah.
that's it.
100%. I'm with you there.
So XO19 happened. Our next bit of news here.
Oh, my pants.
So we've got a little bit of next-gen stuff to talk about. This comes to us from IGN. So this is a little bit of a quote here from Phil Spencer, I believe. The title of this article is Xbox Scarlet aims to support Microsoft's Play Anywhere scheme. So Xbox head Phil Spencer said that Microsoft aims to support its Play Anywhere scheme in the next generation, allowing cross-play, cross-buy, cross-saves, and achievements across Xbox One, Xbox Scarlet, and Windows PC platforms.
Is this
Damn.
news?
I think a little bit. Just to say,
Maybe they just
to
hadn't-
reaffirm
Yeah.
their
An
position
official
on
statement.
what. Yeah.
Also, maybe there
nice
hadn't
to
been
have
a-
an official statement.
Maybe that's what it is. 'Cause I was like, that's the whole page that I thought everybody had been on this whole time.
Right,
The next Xbox, Xbox in general would just add to the ecosystem and bring everything with it, but maybe they hadn't officially said that yet.
Yep. He says.
yeah.
Spencer says,
Let's go.
our goal for first-party games is that your entitlements will be cross-generation and your achievements will move effectively with your save game because that's where they stand.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So he says Xbox 360 to One shouldn't have been two self-contained silos either, Spencer said. We talked about how important digital was going to be in this generation, and yet we didn't move digital purchases that you made on Xbox 360 seamlessly over to Xbox One. I always thought that was a miss.
Yeah?
A little bit of shade there, but not undeserved, certainly, because that was before his time.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, Don Matrick.
Yeah.
What a man.
Yep. What a man. What a man.
But yeah, no, I thought that was already pretty clear, but I'm glad that they're like really trying to hammer that home.
Yeah.
Like, all your purchases are coming with you. I know that they had even confirmed a while back that like all of the accessories for Xbox One would also be able to come forward. So like that fancy new Elite controller that just came out will work on Project Scarlet.
So I don't know how that's going to work. Like, is the Xbox Scarlet going to have, like, obviously it'll have the 2.4 wireless or whatever their proprietary thing is built in. It's not Bluetooth.
I thought they switched to Bluetooth.
The
halfway
controllers
through.
have Bluetooth, but I believe the connection,
Interesting.
because they got to work with launch consoles still, so they've got to
Right.
use the proprietary still to an extent.
Man, I had not thought about this in like years at this point because they enabled Bluetooth in all of them, and that was just a thing now.
Right.
So,
But I
hadn't
don't
thought
think
about
that's
that.
the primary connection. I think it's still their proprietary thing.
Right. No, that's a good point. Interesting.
Yeah. But that's cool that all that stuff's just going to work into next gen. I would wonder though. Okay, if the games run natively, let's take for instance Rock Band 4. So Rock Band 4 came out at basically the beginning of this generation, has been releasing DLC since, just like Rock Band 3, and they've got 2,300 songs or whatever. But when we get into next gen, is Rock Band 4 going to play on my Xbox Scarlet? That would be my primary concern.
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would think it would.
I mean, what is Xbox One if not just a small gaming PC that's running
true.
Windows?
That's true.
I mean, it's running
Good
Windows
point.
at this point.
Right. Yeah, it's a Windows kernel that runs Xbox.
Right. It's just like hyper specialized to run games and the Xbox operating system. But like, for all intents and purposes, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are just mini gaming PCs that the cost has been driven down on because they're ordering millions and millions of the same components.
Right.
Like, so, I mean, at this point, it's not, I don't even think they're going to have to worry about like porting the operating system, like however it's running over. It's just, they're going to run because it's Windows.
I wonder if
I could be wrong. This is 100% speculation.
Right,
But
right.
it's just, that seems to me as a person on the outside how that is going to go.
Yeah. And Sony put out some details about their PS5 controller. I think some spec like tech documents leaked or whatever, and it's basically the same controller. Like it's legit. Like could fit in the case of a PS4 controller.
Well, and I think it's because they finally nailed it. They have made what I think is as far as what the PlayStation controller is, I don't think it can get better than that without them actually like scrapping it completely and starting over.
Scrapping the idea.
I would probably agree with
I imagine the Project Scarlet controller is going to be pretty similar. I mean, the main difference between Xbox One and Xbox 360 was like some small curvature and in the weight.
Right.
Like otherwise, they're essentially the same.
Pretty close.
I mean,
then thumbsticks. The thumbsticks are a little bit different.
Yeah, but design-wise, like they're pretty similar.
And it was already a really comfortable controller anyway, so they didn't have a lot to go up. The only thing in next gen that I hope we get is like durability improvements with whatever that next controller is. Like,
I mean, I haven't had too many issues with that.
My cousin Jeff, who plays primarily Madden competitively and Call of Duty.
Well, there's your problem. You play anything competitively, you're going to break controllers.
He fucking runs through controllers.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a problem.
True. I mean, I still have the original Xbox controller from 2014.
That you bought your console with?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it
same.
still works. One of them has a little bit of drift in it, but the other one works fine.
For sure.
The other one works fine.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a bit of a controller whore in general. Like, I have a problem. I
think it's different to say control whore versus controller whore.
Yeah, it's a little different.
So let's specify for the listeners.
I just put 6 Xbox controllers on eBay this week, and that isn't like
Jesus.
I will still at that point have enough that I can like rotate and play. Like I just that became my thing.
Yeah.
Like I love because Xbox. You know, no shade at PlayStation. Xbox
Monday's
figured
red
out
control.
like, hey, if we make really dope controllers, people are gonna buy them.
Yep.
And then I just kept doing that.
Yeah. I bought my sister one of the customized ones for her birthday with her gamer tag on it. Like that's so fucking cool.
I have one of those.
Nice.
We'll say I have one of those.
One of those.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, that stuff is it's a great controller. I like it
for sure. Next bit of news. This is about Valve. So
again,
we haven't talked about Valve in a while, and the last time we did, it was to talk about In the Valley of the Gods, which is the next Campo Santos game, which is the guys that made Firewatch.
Ooh, yeah.
So this is a GameSpot article. Comes to us from. Damn it! This fucking thing. I've knocked it down twice this episode. This comes to us from Jordan Ramey. He says, Firewatch devs' next game In the Valley of the Gods may be in jeopardy. So I was guessing that this game was dead in the water after Valve bought Campo Santos. Because Valve doesn't make games. So
that's true. But Campo Santos does.
I know,
and they make great games. I'm pretty sure I just butchered their name when I said it fast, but
that's
the point
okay.
is they make great shit.
They do. Firewatch was really
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
And In the Valley of the Gods looked really cool. Like everything about that art style I was on board with seemed like the exploration could be cool. First person, like it all looked cool. So Twitter user Tyler McVicker, good job, Tyler. McVicker, I like it. Notice that In the Valley of the Gods environmental artist Jane NG, art director Claire Hummel, and designer Jake Rodkin all changed their Twitter bios on November 17th, 2019. The changes can be seen in the tweet below. Let me pull this picture up here. So they all used to list making In the Valley of the Gods. Now it says making environment art and other things. And basically changed all their listings. Instead of making In the Valley of the Gods, it just says designer at Valve, making video games at Valve, making art at Valve.
That's sad.
So I
think it's pretty telling. Yeah.
Yep.
When was that game announced?
Eagle-eyed viewer or eagle-eyed guy here, Jake whatever. Good job, man. That game was announced in, let's see.
I vaguely remember it.
Okay, announced in 2017 at the Game Awards.
Yeah, okay.
Like Firewatch is a single-player first-person adventure game.
About 2 years ago.
Yep. So, yeah, that sucks. That sucks because I wanted to play that game. It looked cool, but maybe.
Well, and I wonder if maybe maybe assuming right off the bat that like that developer is just no longer making games might be a bit harsh. Although I see 100% where that parallel would get drawn. But at the same time, it's like, man, like what else would what else would Valve have them doing if not making games? So like maybe it was like,
what the fuck is anybody at Valve doing?
Yeah, good point.
Fuck,
Good
they
point.
used to make games and now they don't. They're all just running back on Steam.
Yeah.
Like, new Steam art. I've redid the header colors.
well, I mean,
Fuck.
Steam has looked the same forever, dude. Like,
I mean, look, I'm with
every
you.
time I boot it up, I'm like,
Man.
I'm with you 100%. I feel your pain. I want Portal 3 just as much as the next guy.
Fuck.
Like real bad. But like let me give you two scenarios,
Okay.
right? Let's just say you make cupcakes for a living. Just you. No,
All right.
you don't have a team of people in it. You have a business and you make a living selling cupcakes in the stand out in front of your house, right?
Yeah.
And you sell them for $2 a cupcake, right?
All right.
And then you go, you know what? I can do something better than this. And then you set up a second stand where other people can come sell their cupcakes for $2 a piece. But when they sell their cupcakes, you make 50 cents or 25 cents or whatever that for every cupcake they sell. And then millions of people come start using your cupcake stand and paying you 25 cents a cupcake to sell stuff out of there. Are you going to keep dumping money into making your own cupcakes? Or are you just going to sit back and fucking just live off of that shit?
Good point. Good point.
Damn.
Like, you got to spend
Well
money to make
done.
those cupcakes.
Right.
Or on the second option, you're just sitting back letting people use the stand that you built.
It's a good point.
All right. I'm starting a cupcake stand. I will be right back.
Today on Crazy Train of Thought, we
Yeah.
learned that we need to stop podcasting.
I still think they should make games regardless.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
No,
Valve,
I
they
agree.
made some of the best games ever made.
Well,
Like
they had-
Half-Life 2 is one of my favorite games.
They had the biggest miss of all time in video gaming, I think, which was they announced that they were going to do, what did they call it? The Steam box? Was
Yep.
it? They're like
Yeah.
console PC
Yep.
was it called Steam?
thing.
Yeah, Steambox, I think, is what
And,
they
and
ended
it
up
ran,
settling
and
on.
it ran
Yeah.
Steam OS. Like it
Yep.
was, branding was whatever, but like they would have moved millions of those things day one if they said, hey, we're releasing our new like gaming PC, which is like a super console, more or less. Like it's really streamlined, really simple, not amazing, but not bad either. And it's a little bit expensive, but it comes pre-installed with Half-Life 3, Portal 3, Team Fortress 3.
Half-Life 3. That's all I've been hearing forever, dude.
It has all of the, because they did 2 of all their games, right?
Yeah, right.
So they just released it and said, hey, it also has all of the 3 of every one of our titles pre-installed, right? 2 million units day one, gone immediately. Like,
Yeah.
biggest miss ever. They had like this huge opportunity in front of them, and nope. And where's
Updated
Steambox
Gary's
now?
mod.
Where is
That's what I need, dude.
Where is
Gary's Mod
Steambox
3,
now?
man.
I miss Gary's mod, dude. That was the best.
Yeah, that is I mean, that's the only reason Nintendo's consoles succeed, right? Like the consoles are fine, the Switch is fine, and it's cool that it's portable.
Let's take the Switch out of that conversation because the Switch is a goddamn masterpiece.
Oh
okay?
my god. No,
They shook the fucking
fine.
world with that thing.
and
They
but
kinda
like
did, yeah.
but that's what the Nintendo does, right? Like the Wii was also just fine. Like the controls were cool and innovative, but
that's why it attracted people, though.
most of those games suck.
Yeah.
Okay. Most Wii games suck
I mean-
dick. I hate playing Wii. I don't have a fucking Wii anymore.
Force Unleashed, man. We gotta play that on the Wii.
Man.
No, I watched somebody who literally said playing Black Ops on Wii in 2019. Literally watched that video last week, dude. It's the funniest video ever.
Oh my god.
Right, I think I have a better
Jesus.
question for you. Who hurt you? Did somebody at some point like beat you with a bag
No, I
of Nintendo
wanted
consoles?
to like the Wii. Like I had one, and I wanted to like Smash Brothers, and I hated the way
Dude,
it controls.
Wii bowling.
Okay, hold
That
on.
was worth $100.
Okay, but like
It's a $300 console.
I don't remember how much it is. It's
your,
about
your Smash Brothers,
$250.
your Smash Brothers complaint is legitimate.
Okay.
Until Smash Brothers Ultimate, there has not been a.
That's true. Yes.
I'm gonna get some heat here. Until Smash Brothers Ultimate, there has not been a worthwhile Smash game to play since Melee.
Absolutely.
Like,
I agree.
Yeah, 100%.
People will hate me for that statement.
Yeah. As a person who did not own a GameCube, I would maybe even say I didn't really put a lot of time into Smash Brothers since the 64.
Oh, but Melee was so good.
And I've heard good things, definitely.
Good.
And,
I still
and
have
there's
that
a reason
emulator
why
on my PC.
Right. And there's a reason why the controller, the fucking GameCube controller works on the Switch.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because
It's
people
because it was
love
Melee.
It was literally
That was
made
it.
for that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They only had Melee controllers. Like, they have those.
Yeah.
I believe they're still selling.
Yeah. I'm sure they are. We do have some more Valve news, though. So we just talked about Valve not being a game company. So this is a bit of
Hold on,
news.
they're a game company. They just don't develop
they don't.
games.
Okay, fine. They're not a game developer.
There you go.
All right. Valve not being a game developer. So this comes to us from Kotaku. Valve announces new Half-Life game. Real talk. This is
What?
news. Yep. This was yesterday.
Wait.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
No, hold on. It's an iOS game. Right? Like someone's fucking.
It's
an
a
iOS
runner.
game.
It's an endless runner.
Yeah,
in the
Another version of
Half-Life
freaking
universe.
Flappy Bird, dude. It's Flappy Bird 2. That's all it is.
Half-Life Bird.
Yeah.
Half Bird.
No. So this is we are excited to unveil Half-Life Alyx, our flagship VR game, this Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Can't wait to share it with you.
I just went for the wrong like Thule marketing joke. I should have I should have known it was going to be VR, but I went.
Yeah.
iOS just felt like the safe one. Like
Half-Life 3. Nope.
No.
It's a VR.
Yep. This is
That most likely would be crap.
so
saying it
the
now.
article says that's all we know. So that's all we know, listeners.
that's
Sorry.
all anyone's going to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to cancel it. Like, it's not even going to happen. They're just going to be like, here's
Wait,
this
wait.
thing. That's an idea.
Are
Don't
we
get a lot of traction. All right, we're done.
Hold
We're
on,
done with it.
are we getting trolled right now? Is this just like
Yeah.
is this just distractions? So like people can't complain about Half-Life 3 anymore because they have to complain about Half-Life
right,
VR.
right.
Yeah.
Not ever coming
Like,
out.
you know what?
Like,
Don't make it
They just
anymore.
announced it specifically to not release it. They're just trolling us at this point, right?
Yeah. This may or may not be a game, but the symbol here, so it has Valve symbol on the posting, Steam VR, and then the Half-Life Lambda at the end. So that's all you don't even get any screenshot
But they didn't make
or
it.
anything.
They didn't make it, though, 'cause
But
they're not game
they don't.
developers.
There's no fucking screenshots. We don't know. They probably didn't make it.
I mean, that's more than we have of Half-Life 3. So that's, I mean,
Unreal Engine.
they've already
1,000
surpassed our expectations about the new Half-Life game.
Right, because they never even announced any Half-Life 3. They never did episode 3 of Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Can you name
Fuck
another industry in the world where this consistently happens in besides video games? Like
What like maybe concept cars?
what
like,
if the 7th Harry Potter movie just never came out?
Do you mean the 8th Harry Potter movie?
No, the 7th.
part
Like, no,
two-
before that even.
Okay,
like,
okay.
even, like fucking Snape kills Dumbledore, spoiler, and then
No, I'm kidding.
and then nothing happens ever again. That's just the end of the
that's just
story
it.
as far as anybody who didn't read the books goes.
As a person that didn't
The end.
love
Voldemort
those,
wins.
As a person
Voldemort wins.
I didn't love those movies, so I maybe would want to see where like that be the
I wouldn't mind
ending.
Voldemort winning.
Yeah, fuck
The
it.
alternate ending.
Yeah.
He wins, kills Harry.
Just like I wouldn't mind Rey becoming a Sith. You know?
I
Well, you
hope
know.
that happens.
Dude, I was convinced on the most off-topic bullshit ever. I was convinced in the last movie that Kylo Ren and Rey were gonna switch. They're like,
Yeah,
like Kylo was gonna come to
almost.
the good side and
Right.
Rey was gonna go bad.
Yeah.
I was ready for it. Like, fuck that universe up. No, it was all.
It didn't
just-
No,
happen.
I'm like that with
same boring
9.
Star
I'm like, go
Wars
ahead,
shit.
JJ. Do whatever you want, man. Go up, screw it up.
I'm
I don't-
just glad JJ's
It's already
back.
screwed up. Just
Yeah,
do whatever
me
you
too.
want. Yeah, me too.
He's gonna try to put together the pieces that fucking
It's
Ryan
so
Johnson left.
that poor motherfucker. That poor motherfucker. He has a
Yeah.
challenge in front of him.
JJ probably watched the movie. He's like, "What did you do?
Right.
What did you
Yeah,
do?"
and then he had to come out and say publicly, he was like, "No, I was in support of what Ryan Johnson did." The fuck you were, JJ.
No, that's what Mark Hamill ought to
Yeah,
say, because Mark Hamill talked so much crap about it.
He did.
And then he's like, I was wrong. Like, Ryan did such a good job. No, you're just
No.
saying that. They're
You're
paying
just saying,
you to
like,
say
Disney
that.
made you say this.
Yeah.
See, now what you didn't see was he had his fingers crossed the
Yeah.
whole time.
He's like, hey, by the way.
He did it in his,
great job.
he did it in his Joker voice.
Right.
Yeah.
Gets into character. Yeah,
Oh, that'd be good shit.
fucking A.
We got so off topic.
A little bit.
That
But
happens.
yeah, I mean, we're all excited for Star Wars to come
Yeah.
out. We're like a month away
I know.
from Star Wars.
wild.
Shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Like the 20, like
Wait.
12/20.
yeah.
You just blew my goddamn
When this
mind.
comes out, we're a month away.
Wait, I thought it came out on 12/20. I thought it came out on like on the 18th though. No,
Well, it may be
December
the 19th, whatever the
19th,
Thursday
yeah,
is of
whatever
that week.
Thursday
Yeah.
Because I believe the 18th is Wednesday.
So, Colin, I requested that day off work. I just want you to know that.
I'm about to.
I have not purchased my tickets for the full marathon that you and I are going to see yet.
Should I request off work though?
I think you probably should.
Okay,
Wait, when and where? Give me deets.
Well,
we can't say where.
So I went to the 7 movie marathon, and this I think we went to Cherville's, like hour and a half away to do it at an AMC theater.
Sure.
And they're running the full marathon again at AMC theaters, and I signed up for updates for ticket purchases, but I haven't seen anything come through yet. So we're going to do all 9 movies.
Did you see that they did that for the MCU before Endgame came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At AMC
It was a
in
week.
Chicago.
It was a whole week
It was
that you had to go.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I didn't have enough vacation to do that at the time. I needed to save them for later in the year. But
For Star Wars.
yes,
Should I
for
just take
Star
off
Wars.
that Friday too, so I can recover?
Fuck, man! I imagine like
dude, it's gonna be wild.
parts of those first movies are a little slow.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, when
Yeah.
Kennedy and Madeline and
Episode
Rachel and
2,
I went
bye.
and see it, like, yeah, we
First
slept
half of
through.
episode 1, I'm out.
Well, and it
episode
was
2,
like-
gone.
and it was-
Episode 3,
Hold on, real quick. I
Gotta
just
be
need a
awake for
thumbs
the
up,
mall
thumbs up
scene.
or thumbs down. And you say it too because of the audio show, obviously. But the Star Wars prequels. This is a judge of character. I just need to know how we feel. I don't want an explanation.
can you give it half and half or?
I kind of need like a.
Yes or no, dude? All in or all out?
I mean, it's 51% or 49. Like it's not.
I like it.
51%. I'll go with that. Based on what Ryan and I kind of had I sent a thing in a group text earlier. and-
Wasn't there a fourth guy on this podcast like 30 seconds ago? It's like somebody just disappeared from that side of the room.
I don't know. I would have been like, we were kids when they came out,
I would,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Don't age me. Don't publicly
I mean,
age me.
like,
Dude, I think the first movie I went to see was episode 3, like ever in my life.
man,
Yeah.
yeah. Obviously, you skew a little bit younger than us, and like,
Don't publicly
I
age him.
don't.
I'm offended.
don't-
I'm
I'm
offended.
offended for you. It's fine. It's
I
2019.
don't hate him. Okay. I may have disappeared too. Like, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Why am I here?
I'm not gonna say they're better than the
They're a
original
different
trilogy.
story.
It is different from what we got the first time, which is not. I just brought this up to Colin fucking today.
That's what I was saying.
We have gotten more or less retreads, like, of Star Wars, even Rian Johnson's movies, which is a drastically different. Like, it's a differently shot film, and there are story problems with it. But Luke is basically Yoda in that movie.
Interesting.
And
I could read you. Should I just read it?
yeah, do the
Okay,
fucking
I'll
read
go
the
ahead and
meme.
read it.
Let's do it.
Read the meme. Is this a new segment?
It was
on the
a
show?
meme.
Read
Yeah,
the
this is meme reading. Crazy Train of Thought reads memes.
Read meme.
Okay. Worst Star Wars sequel ever. They took a beloved character who's the last living Jedi Master, power enough to battle the Emperor, but now he's just this crazy weirdo on a remote planet acting like a freak, eating weird foods, tossing weapons around like a joke. Then after all this whining, he's like, fine, I'll train you in the Force a little. But after only days of training, his apprentice just runs away to go fight the villain. And instead of a cool action death, this legendary Jedi Master just dies at home and disappears. The 3 heroes all fail. They absolutely ruin the great Yoda. And that's why the worst Star Wars sequel will always be Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
You son of a...
Excellent.
Yeah. Son of a... Yeah.
You know it to be true.
Fuck.
You know it to be true.
Man. That meme wrecked me. I was like,
Yeah.
jeez.
Played me totally.
Got me good there.
I read that at work and I just started laughing my ass off.
Right. Yeah.
All right, next bit of news. This comes to us from Kotaku. Twitch streamer gives away $5,000 after failing to catch shiny Pokemon in 15 hours.
What? Damn.
Was it Mr. Beast? Because sounds like it.
Jeremy Disguised Toast Wang, he
What a name.
bet some of his fans, his streaming audience, $5,000 that he would, within 15 hours, catch a shiny Pokemon.
Why 15 hours?
I don't know. Like, it takes a long
That's like-
time to catch shiny Pokemon.
I'm not wondering why just 15.
wonder-
Like, why the number 15 hours? Like,
Right.
12, 24? Nope, 15.
Right.
Not even halfway, but not 18. Halfway
yeah,
between.
18. Like, we'll give you a little sleep time, you know? Like,
So this says Wang, a streamer known for his skill in games like Hearthstone and Teamfight Tactics, decided to go shining hunting in Pokemon Shield. His goal, to catch a rare shiny variant of Wooloo, a Pokemon that looks like a sheep who's trying a little harder than other sheep.
that's the best description I've ever heard in my life.
Well written, Kotaku.
Oh, was that who wrote that? Kotaku.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done. If he failed, he promised to gift his viewers 1,000 subscriptions to his channel, which totals out roughly $5,000.
Oh, so he didn't like $5,000.
He did not hand out $5,000.
What
in
a
cash.
bitch! Why is this even a story?
Yeah.
Fucking
It's still
Annie,
cool.
I'll pay
Annie up.
5,000. Nope.
Fucking
Annie up.
Annie the fuck up.
He says
He didn't
today's
give
goal.
fuck.
Today's goal is simple, chat. Very simple. At the outset of his stream, all we gotta do is catch ourselves one of them shiny Pokemans, and it's very easy to do. What you do is just keep killing Wooloos over and over again. So much Wooloos, chat. We're gonna get a shiny Pokemon in no time. So he acknowledged the rarity of the Pokemon involved. These sort of hunts can often take 10 hours or more. He said with a chuckle on his stream, the difference here is I specialize in RNG games,
Yep.
so I have an inherent advantage. Well, I fucking guess not.
Yeah. No shit.
You just lost $5,000 worth of stuff.
So
No, he didn't lose anything. This
Yeah,
man
but
lost
like-
15 hours of his life, and that's
Right.
it. And he probably
and he got a news story out of
he
it.
probably also made a fuckload of money in tips on that stream, and or of other people just subscribing because they're like, oh, this is
I
funny.
heard about this guy.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna
like
go and subscribe to him.
I mean, I'm sure he didn't make $5,000 on that stream, but like I'm sure he still made a good amount of money. He lost absolutely nothing. Why is that a story?
So I guess my question would be:
I clicked the button 5,000 times, and now I'm on the front page of Kotaku.
like we're not streamers and we don't stream any of this stuff.
I mean, can you speak for yourself?
Well, yeah, the crazy train of thought has never tried to stream any of this. So I guess my question for you would be: so the 1,000 subs that he gave away,
Yeah.
totaling $5,000, would he not have seen any of that money?
I mean, if they had gotten out their wallets and paid the money, sure. But he
Okay.
doesn't like he's not losing any money by giving them out for free.
Okay.
Like when you are a Twitch streamer, they've built into your channel the function to be able to gift subscriptions to your own fans. So you just click a button and they get a free subscription for a month.
Okay.
So what he did was fail to do a thing that he set out to do, and then click the button 5,000 times.
5,000 times.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that alone is like.
I mean,
kind of
don't get me wrong.
impressive.
Props if he didn't find a way to do that quicker. And like I'm sure he has mods. I mean, I don't know how
right.
big his channel is. I'm sure he had mods that helped him out with it. But like, that's the story. Dude fails and clicks button 5,000 times. Thanks, Kotaku. I'm really interested.
Fucking A. Yeah, I did not. It says gives away $5,000
Right.
specifically in
No,
the
that's a
headline.
clickbaity as fuck
little bit,
headline.
yeah, clickbait.
Come on.
Damn you,
Kotaku.
Nathan Grayson! I'm never reading an article about you again.
Wow, that's a little. That's a little.
I'm just kidding.
Is Kotaku? I mean, yeah, they're the ones who just went through that whole that whole shitstorm with their new parent company. Did you hear about any of that?
No.
Fucking Kotaku. I am like heavily from memory gonna try to under explain a very complicated situation. But I guess
Yes, here we go. This is
Kotaku-
exactly the type of research we do on this show. Please continue.
well done. I fit right in here. Kotaku was bought out by another company along with like a handful of other news style websites.
Okay.
One of which called Deadspin.
Okay,
I
yeah.
believe, which apparently you wouldn't know it is a sports
Primarily sports,
Primarily
but they've
sports
gotten into
website.
almost like TMZ level.
But they have one feed on their website that is everything but sports.
Okay.
Right. And when this new parent company bought them out, they were like, "Hey, we're essentially just shutting this column down. There will be no more stories on Deadspin that aren't specifically about sports."
Okay.
And all of the writers were like, what do you mean? All of our most popular articles are in this segment of the website. And then like the site got taken down.
What?
And all of the websites for this that this new company just bought out got like overrun with autoplay sound on ads, like just an egregious amount of them.
Right.
And then all the writers from Deadspin walked out and quit. And then, like, apparently like Kotaku went down for a few hours and nobody knew if they were still gonna have jobs or anything. It was a shit show.
That's crazy, man.
So I'm glad that we're reading Kotaku stories.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
they're still here.
This exists. They published this an hour ago, so we're okay.
Well, that's some relevant ass news. Look at you.
Yeah. We will only deliver the best to our listeners here. All right, we're going to get out of here, listeners. Thank you, Mike Kenway, for joining us for the music, or the end segment there with the news.
Wow, yeah.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Malcolm. Missing Malcolm.
Wilson.
I'm late.
Wilson. We're going to get out of here, you guys, and we're going to ride out to some new music this week. We are super thrilled to feature the song Can't Stop Falling in Love by Wolf Club. This track is a little chill, but I've been listening to it all week, and I fucking love it. It's awesome. What do you think, Colin? You're in a synthwave.
Sounds pretty. It's got some chill vibes.
It does.
Definitely something I'd like to listen to, like while I'm driving.
Oh yeah.
Like
at night.
Like you introduced me to synthwave, and I was driving down to Tennessee, and I was going through Louisville, and I was listening to this, and it was night, and I could see all like the city, and I was like, man,
holy
this
shit,
is good.
That's
good
perfect.
Vibes, good vibes. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
like we're driving through a city at night, dude, with all the lights. Man,
I just hear this and I immediately think of like that scene in every romantic comedy where like they've broken up first because one of them did something stupid, and it's like panning back and forth to what they're both doing in their houses because they're both real sad.
Yeah,
like that's what where this takes me.
And then like one of them goes to the other. They both go out their doors at the same time and they run into each other.
They're just across the hall.
Yeah.
Right, because the song comes back later in the movie, right? And that's when they come together, and it's really emotional.
All right, we hope you like it. We hope you like it as much as we do. You can find it on the Crazy Train of Thought featured music playlist on Spotify. You can check out Wolf Club on Spotify or on Twitter and Instagram at Wolf Club Band. If you try to look them up on Spotify, though, it will be W space O space L space F. If you just type in Wolf Club, it's not going to come up. But all those links are going to be in the show notes to this episode. You can also check us out on Spotify. We're on there. You can find our social media links below in the episode notes as well. Check a look at our website, crazytrainofthought.com. You can find us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/theidiotsavants. You can email us questions, comments, concerns, smartass remarks, criticism, feedback, corrections, anything to theidiotsavants@outlook.com. And, dear listener, if you leave us a review on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, we will send you a sticker in the mail. Somehow, we're going to make that fucking work. So just leave us a review on iTunes, screenshot it, send it to us on any of our social media platforms, and we'll get you that shit. Lastly, you can check out our video podcasts on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to that so we can get an original YouTube thing. URL, thank you.
Thank you.
And the link for that will be in the show notes as well. We are out of here. This has been Crazy Train of Thought, episode 105.
Something. Yeah, 105.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Deuces.
Uno, dos, tres.
Oh, crispy.
Why? Why would I do that?
You want him to get
something different.
You want him to get the fuck out of your face and stop fucking asking you to battle every 2 damn seconds.
Like seriously,
That was my brother. I played my brother in ping pong, and we were like, we kept fucking beating. He was like, dude, best 3 out of 5, and it fucking kept going. We played. I don't know how many fucking games
You
we played.
smoked him?
Yeah, I smoked him.
Nice.
Fuck you, Phil.
Fuck you.
Actually, we had a Thanksgiving on Sunday. I don't know fucking why it was on Sunday, a week and a half early.
Yeah.
But the place we're at was like a clubhouse, and there was a ping pong table in the basement. We're like, fuck yeah, we'll play some ping pong. I beat him 3 times in a row. We went up an 8, and then we came back down. He beat me 3 times in a row. Then I beat him like 6 times in a row, and he's like still trying to come back. I'm like, bro, like you're fucking long gone now.
You're long gone.
There's no fucking. I've got like 9 games on you, dude.
That's
like,
amazing.